Hello everyone and welcome back. In the previous videos we did a lot in our Redis server. We made so much progress. We finished doing our process comment function. We are processing every comment we are planning to implement that it was declared in the use cases. And we are checking for common commands, key value operations, list operations, and hash operations. In this video, we will be doing function declarations in the database class. And then we will have them working in our Redis command handler C++ file, implementing the handlers, fully making them. And in the next video, we can do the function bodies for the hash operations, and then we will be very close to be done with this project. So let's go. We just need to go to this database class and implement but at least get the hash operations declarations so we can call them in command handler and be done with command handler. I guess we can do this pretty quickly because we already know what we need to do. And for example, I know that hset and hget are almost the same, except in the hget, the last value is not a constant. And hexists will not be even looking for a third value. It will just be needing the key and the field. And we can open this on the side. You can see hset wants key field value. This one requires key and field. This requires, we have something missing in the hset. Key field value, second one key field value, third one hexist. Which is looking for key and field. So that's all. Handle delete, hdelete, which is also same as exists. Just the name different. It will have the same arguments, key and field. And hgetall. This is a little bit tricky because when we get all, we will need to check the map. Let me see. Yeah. We will be needing to get all the maps. So in that case, we will be need to turn an ordered map when we get all. Because if you remember what our hash stores are basically unordered map of unordered maps. So we will need to turn the unordered map string and I can just copy it maybe. Never mind, let's write it ourselves. So hgetall, let's show also here. It turns all the fields and values of the hash stored at key. So it will be turning a lot of things. And reply will be a list of fields and their values or an empty list when the key does not exist. Basically, we will be turning unordered map. So
std unordered map, which will be map of strings. And strings because we will have the keys and the values kinda. This is what we are returning, and this is what the function is. And just like it says here, it requires a key, so I will just copy this. And this should be enough for the function declaration. And yeah, we continue with hkeys, hvalues and stuff. So hkeys will be returning a string again, a list of strings, so a vector string. And I will say std vector, std string, and hkeys. And what it's looking for, it requires a key, so it will be just same as the other one, which will be looking for a key. And we have the length of the hash table, so we will be returning a length, so it will be size t, or you can also do it integer or whatever you feel more comfortable, which is looking for a key again. And then this one, oh, we missed hvalues, I guess, after the keys, yes. And again, it will be similar to the keys, actually. It will be checking for a key, and it will be returning the values. So it is the same, just different name. If I might make a mistake here, and if I make a mistake, I hope I will notice in the future at some point, and I will come back it. So we have the get all, keys, values, length, and lastly we have hmset. Wow, our last function declaration, and we will be just done with the header file, I guess. Maybe some fixes in the future, but at least the main idea will be over. Okay, and what hmset is looking for is a little bit longer than the others, because it will be having a pair. So it will be having vector of the elements. But of course it will have the key as the first argument, just like others. But after the keys, it will be, let me just show you, constant std vector of pairs, like we said here, float follow. It will be followed by field and value pairs. So I will say a pair of string and another string. Of course, address, because we want them, and field. Field. Let's say field values. It will be more clear. Understand later. And that's all. We declared all hash operation names. We have an idea what they are looking for. You can always change the order if you want them to look cool, like in the different, but I don't care. I just went on the order that I made earlier, no special reason. And I guess we can also finish this comment handler. And I mean, by finishing, we can call
the functions from database class, so we can be done with this too. Okay, let's do it. So we will have a string value, and we will be checking if database hget, which will have the tokens 1 and token 2 as its arguments. You can also see it on the side, what it is looking for. Which one hget will have a key, field, and value. Tokens 1, 2, and value. We are checking if it exists. So in that case, this will return 1. Not exist, but yeah. It indicates if it is able to get it. You can always check if you are confused what was the one we were doing. So hget the value associated with the field or not. So yeah, it will check. It's a boolean. It will return 1 if it is okay, and then we will say, okay, we can return the $sign plus to string what the value is, I mean the size, because it will need to know the size, of course, and return new line. Why did I say the comma here? Return new line, the size of the value and the value, and again return new line, because we are following this protocol. And that is all. And of course, if it fails, it will be returning $sign -1 and return new line. That's my problem here. Is the data string. Oh. This was supposed to end here, not follow more. Yes. Next one, exists. It's self-explanatory. We will just say if it's boolean exists and call the exists function in the database, and you will give the tokens we required from the client, and we will be returning colon again to string, and you can have a kind of lump function or just if else statement, but kind of simpler, just single line. Okay, again, std to string. We will check if it is existing. Yes, will be 1. 0 will be false, and we will have the new line. We will have 1 or 0, which is here. We can see it just says it's existing. What's the problem here? Oh, I forgot. Plus. Okay, hdel. This is also another boolean, so we will have bool result this will be returning true if it can delete successfully. So we will say database del. We know what it wants. It wants a key. So tokens index 1. And actually, so I made a mistake. Hdel tokens index 2. Because we also have a delete up there. Yeah. Let's not mix them. This is delete for the hash, which is looking for a key and field. And we will be returning just like the other one. Actually, I'm just gonna copy it. We will return to string result. If result is 1, we will return 1. If result is 0, we will return 0. And get all will be a little bit longer because we will need to have a hash table. I will just say auto because I'm feeling lazy. Get all tokens 1. So this can be singular, multiple, vector. I don't know. What's the problem? Oh, not get all. Hgetall. Our hash will be the key that we are giving to the get all here, which will be returning an unordered map of strings. So just auto for easy. And dd stream. We will be giving into our output string stream. So if you are curious why we are using like $sign or colons or asterisks, because that's how Redis protocol works. Let me open a link. So I am following Redis protocol too. Basically, it is like for strings plus, arrows minus, integers, double dots, bulk strings, $sign, arrays will be asterisks. So as you can see, we have an asterisk because we are returning an array hash of the strings, an array of the strings. So I hope that makes sense. So in the asterisks, we say what we say. We are giving the size of the hash. And also we are duplicating it because we have 2 strings, not just one. And return and new line. And again, for have a list constant auto pair. So for each pair in the hash, we will be printing $sign. What is $sign? It is a block string. The pair's first one, the size of it, and turn new line. Then the first pair, then again return new line. And the second one is very similar. We will just need to change first with second, and that's all. And we can return a string version of our output stream. That's nice. So next one, let's handle keys. We have too much. Yeah, halfway gone. I'm getting tired. Hkeys will be auto keys again. Just like we did in the other one, it will be checking database keys function. And we will give it, what will we give it? Keys. So I will say tokens index1. And it will check for the keys. And actually, I will just copy this because it's like the same. Why don't say tokens? What's the key? Oh, hkeys. I always get confused about that. Instead of hash, we will be having keys. And we will return array of the keys. And not return, but have it. So first I'm giving it the size of the keys, and we will have, just like the first one, have a for loop that will be checking for hash for the key in the keys. And key in the keys will be going into our output string stream as a bulk string. I disable size. Not vol. Key size. Size of the key. Return new line. The key, and again return the line. Then when we are done with it, we can turn the output string stream as a string. And hvalues is the same. I'm just gonna copy it again. That's enough. Just make modifications. This time it will not be keys, it will be values, as the name suggests. It will be getting hvals function, but we still have the output string stream, and we are giving asterisk. Then we are saying values. We are going to get the size of the values. Oh, there's no multiplying here. The mistake. We multiplied here because we had a pair, but here we don't need to multiply. It's just as it is. And so instead of value in values, we will be having each value, the size of each value, and of course the values itself. And when we are done, we will be returning output string stream in the string version. And almost the last one, which is a little bit more simple. We will say size t hlen equals database get hlen function, give it the key, tokens index1, and we can just return string to string our length, and of course return and new line. And last one, which is I forgot something. No, actually it seems fine. The last one is hmset. And it will set multiple fields in hash at once. That's the one we were looking for, multiple pairs. So just like we set in the here, it will be looking for a vector of string pairs. So I will be just copying it actually. Oops, I went too far. Let's just copy that and say a vector of string pairs will be called field. What did we call that? Field values. And we want to iterate to them. So for size t of I equals 2, because we want to start after the comment, which is hmset, then the key. We want to skip those, so I will say I equals 2, while I is less than size of the tokens. And I plus equals 2. We are incrementing by 2 because they are pairs. And the field values will be having the new tokens we are receiving. I think we might need to do this kind of implementation for other variables in the future. I'm not happy. Oops, forgot the name. We will have the number I and index I of the tokens plus 1, because we have the field and value, and we can skip 2, and that will be all. Let's say hdatabase hmset and give it the token index 1 and the field values that we received as tokens. And if it all goes well, we are returning plus OK, return new line. And this is it for comment handlers. We are calling hash operations, checking if the comments for hash operations, and then we are calling handlers, and handlers checking for the tokens size, each of them. Returns the error if there is enough key, field, value, anything. And then it is calling the database class to get the necessary function for that operation. And that's enough for this video. It was a little bit longer than I hoped for, but I believe now we are done with our Redis comment handler classes. Plus, the header was done already, because it only has one big function, process comment, which in this process comment we are parsing the responses and checking the comments and returning whatever the handlers will be giving us. Okay, wow. In the next video, we can do the function bodies for these hash operations. I mean, as you can see, VS Code is already complaining about function definition is not found. So we will be doing it in the next one. Thank you for watching and see you next time.